Do you want to switch?
I have a Switch already.
Well, you can't switch because this cable only goes so long. That's why you have that. You have the really nice ones.
Yeah.
Well, because you're so far away.
Yeah, I can always lean in.
What? Why? Why would you lean in?
We're recording. And
Okay.
welcome to Up, Down, Left, Right, your video game podcast. I'm Charles.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jeff.
Today we're talking Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls. What did you want to talk about? When we were messaging back and forth, you wanted to talk about your ultimate Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah, I know.
Are we on like an ultimate game theme kind of thing, or is that what we're gonna do? Just be like the ultimate.
I mean, we can change it up.
Let's do
if we
the
want
ultimate Tetris.
Yeah, like what would your ultimate Tetris game be?
Oh man,
Explosions.
Everything's
better
and
with
open
explosions.
world Tetris.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it's called Minecraft. It's like,
You got a little guy running, you got blocks just falling on
Right.
top of him.
So my first experience with Elder Scrolls is Morrowind for the Xbox. It came out for the Xbox, and I thought it was awesome. It was very open world. I wasn't used to it. It was a very open world game. I honestly had no idea what I was doing.
Oh yeah, no.
And I went into caves and, did raids, and I was like, what am I doing? And I just kept dying, and I was like, this is a great game, but I suck at it.
Yeah, I remember doing that game, playing that game, and not knowing where I was supposed to go because there was no map. You had to, you got directions from somebody and then you had to follow those directions, like map quests.
Right, and if you didn't pay attention, you had no idea where you were supposed to go.
Yeah.
Thank God, for the internet and magazines such as Gamer Pro or Game Pro magazine and stuff like that to help you get through it. And there were strategy guides. But yeah, man, I just remember putting in God mode and I would just jump all the way to the different areas.
But the game was so broken too as far as your enchantments and the items you could get. I remember finding boots in Morrowind. It took me forever to get them because I was way underpowered to be in that cave. But they let me fly. And so when I finally got them, I floated to the top of this cave and I had to time it out right to run out and get away from these guys that were trying to kill me. And then when I finally got out of that cave, I could fly anywhere with the boots. It was ridiculous. And then I never played Oblivion, but I did play Skyrim. And then Skyrim's coming out for the Switch.
Right.
And the Switch has got all these it's got all the DLC for it, and then some extra stuff that they added for Nintendo. And Skyrim took away some of that stuff, so you couldn't enchant flying boots or anything like that. They kind of downgraded the powers a little bit in your enchantments.
Right.
And so I was just thinking, they're gonna make another Elder Scroll game. So what would you want to see in that Elder Scroll game when it came out? For me, it would be fun. At a certain point, it would be fun just to be ridiculously OP and just, be able to fly like Superman and just punch things and kill them.
So it'd be like Force Unleashed, where in Force Unleashed, from the get-go, you were OP against the computer. When we say OP, we mean overpowered. That's just our abbreviation for those of you that don't know. But in Star Wars Force Unleashed for the 360, from the get-go, you can take stormtroopers and throw them across the room and slam them here or there. You just dominated, and it was fun. But I don't know, that would, for Skyrim or an Elder Scroll type of game, I feel like that would get old really quick, though. It'd get boring. I'm so OP, it's not even a challenge.
That's probably why they changed it a little bit to try and balance the system. But I missed having being able to enchant boots to fly and just fly up and go wherever. But the big thing for me is the fighting system. Just putting more into it. Like I was saying last time, I've been playing I picked up For Honor again and started playing that a little bit. And if you could have that fighting system in an Elder Scrolls game, how awesome that would be. Instead of just holding the block button and your guy is blocking and building up his block, actually having to time that stuff out, or
Right,
time
right.
out your dodges and time out your attacks a little bit more than
Right.
you have to.
Right.
Because
Like-
right
like-
now it's just I guess it's just hack and slash, so you're just pressing the attack button the whole time. And
Right. Right. Well, like Jeff said, Jeff had a good point. He didn't say anything. He's just.
I think he's just here just
Yeah,
to just
yeah,
to
just
to
here.
listen
But then again,
to us talk.
you look at me the most. You need to look that way.
I try and
never
look at
look
him
at
and he
me.
never says anything.
I mean, I'm pretty,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But Morrowind, I like to watch those speed runs because it kind of ruins the
We're
game for
we're
me
done
too.
with Morrowind. Go ahead and
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're talking about Mega Man now.
Oh,
No,
well,
just
Mega
kidding.
Man's awesome.
No, but
the
go ahead.
speed runs where they beat it in less than 5 minutes.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just a
it's
guy
insane.
in rags hooked on skooma with a sword. that you
Right.
first get.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like what?
yeah, it's insane, the speed run in
But-
Morrowind, and I haven't seen anybody try and speed run like Oblivion or Skyrim. I don't know if you can.
I've seen them do Oblivion, but Skyrim I don't think they have because it's so big.
Comment,
Right.
let us know if anybody's done a good speed
Yeah.
run of Skyrim.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, Morrowind was good though. It is a good game. It was so open, but Oblivion was fun. But I felt like it was lacking something. Like the total BS I had with it is every time I leveled up, the computer seemed to be still more powerful than I was. So no matter how high of a level I got, like I still struggled to
Yeah,
fight.
that's what everybody said. Like everybody
Even the
was.
skeletons were
Yeah,
really-
Yeah,
even the
every-
skeletons. I'm like, what the F, man? I'm going back to old zones, and they're just stronger, still stronger than I am. And I get it. You want to make it a challenge, but man, that was just ridiculous. But I think they got the perfect chemistry in Skyrim. Skyrim, it was like you went to certain areas, and there, the enemy stayed those levels. But there were other levels, more difficult caves and whatnot that you could explore that that had a lot more difficult enemy to fight. So you had a challenge. But I like Skyrim just because of the dragons, though, to be honest. I just like that a lot. Shoot them from the sky, and then they come pummeling down, and,
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
and it was
when they added like being able to ride them was pretty awesome.
yeah, it was pretty cool. I think they could have done even more with that, too. But whenever we talk about the ultimate Skyrim game or Elder Scroll game, I was hoping that Elder Scrolls Online would be like that.
Yeah.
But all it just turned into just a typical MMO, really. I mean, you just...
Yeah, which is cool for some people. I know some people really like MMOs, but I think they're trying to jump onto the World of Warcraft fan base, kind of pick up people who like that.
Well,
And
I like ESO, so
yeah,
Yeah.
and
You
I
play,
mean, I
you
don't-
play it?
yeah.
I made a character
Yeah.
and I broke the game right away whenever it first came out.
the
Remember
Oh,
beta?
that?
yeah, it's really easy to get really OP'd in that game.
Well,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
even get like overpowered or anything. It was fighting that bad guy, and I ran at him, and I jumped, and then I just fell into a pit, and my character just kept falling, and like. I was like, what happened? Jeff's like, you broke the game. Nobody's supposed to do that. Why would you do that? And I was like, just because I could. I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm not a big fan of MMO. I played World of Warcraft years ago, and it was fun, but it just I
A
don't
lot
know.
of grinding.
Tons of grinding, and then if you could have a like other players joining you, that I didn't care for them, And then I played with some that would just like help you do the level, but then they'd leave right away, before you can all get the treasure and all that crap, and it's like, I don't want to deal with you anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's just the nature of playing online. But I mean, as far as the fighting mechanics, I'm not big on those fighting mechanics.
Not at all.
Whereas again, I mean, some people may not be big on the For Honor fighting mechanics, but to
Right.
me that game I loved the fighting mechanics on it. I liked being able to block and dodge and have a, I don't know, I felt like you had a little more control over your character's fighting and like movements.
Right.
And so that's where I was like, man, that would be awesome in a open world space like Elder Scrolls, the Elder Scrolls games, where you could you could run around and use those fighting mechanics a little more.
Right. I'd be surprised if they don't come out with another Elder Scrolls though, because
they'll
they did
definitely.
again. They had Morrowind, Oblivion, then Skyrim, and then there's the other land where the cats are from. I don't know. I don't like the cats. I think they're,
Khajiit.
yeah,
For Skyrim, just being able to control your character's combat a little bit more. And I mean, you'd have to take it out of a first person mode and go into third person, but I mean, you've always been able to do that
Right.
if you really wanted to.
right. But then that also, I mean, I don't know how that would work with, because I always loved, like, you're talking about having engages like that, but
What about the mages and stuff?
right, exactly. Like
I guess they could
Run.
Run and do spells
I
and
mean, you
stuff,
could
I
still
guess.
do
From a
dodges
distance?
and run and shoot spells and stuff.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it would still work.
yeah. Block and then hit him with the end of your staff with the rock at the end.
Yeah.
You know, Dizio.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
if you could assign, what your heavy attack is and what your light attack is as far as spells, and you'd still be able to do the same thing as a mage.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing I love, and I know they'll never take away, but is always being able to use your bow and arrow and just getting the distance just right and just aim it up, release, and just sit there for a couple seconds, and then you nail the guy like hundreds of yards away.
Oh yeah.
You
The
know,
arch.
yeah, that, just calculating that.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that though. That's
I did it all the
insane to me.
time.
I could never get that right.
See, I just sit there and just get a whole crap ton of arrows and just practice and do it. Just once I nail it, I was like, yes. I wish I had a camera to actually show the proof that I did it.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
your sneak really high too.
Oh yeah,
Get
yeah,
the ×2 bonus.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And the bow and arrow got really OP'd in that game because then I think you get the
Oh yeah.
×12 sneak attack.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could-
yeah.
You could upgrade your sneak and your bow and arrow to just be ridiculous and do a ton of damage.
Right. But I foresee them coming out with another Elder Scrolls game because I don't think they did as well with ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, as they foreseen. And initially they did well, but I think a lot of people stopped playing it because I think at one time it was $15 a month.
Yeah,
But now it's free and you pay for like upgrades and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's never a good sign. Like when I
No.
played City of Heroes, they
Right.
started off as a monthly fee, and then eventually they dropped that. And if you still paid the monthly fee, you would get bonus stuff.
Right.
But yeah,
It just gets old. It really does because everyone's played an MMO at least once, and it's the same crap over and over.
that's where I think having the fighting mechanics changed would
I know you said that.
would make it a little more fun.
This is broken recording.
Yeah, definitely. But
Definitely.
Like, but For Honor, I liked For Honor, but as far as story, there wasn't much there. The campaign didn't take very long, and then it's fun doing the P versus P like battles,
Yeah.
online. But again, maybe the episode should be the ultimate For Honor game and turn it into an open world mechanic versus
See, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
versus the
I did
small
like-
campaign.
I did like how Skyrim's map was. You could go through an area and still find something new.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that map
cave
is
or a house or
huge.
shack.
It's insane.
But I still feel like Skyrim was kind of like that ultimate Elder Scrolls game anyway.
You think they hit it? That was the
I
pinnacle.
think that
and then-
was, I mean, my testament was the 400 plus hours I had on it. Just playing it.
Yeah,
was
it's not that it's
awesome.
not fun. I mean, all of these games, it's not. When we critique them and tell what we want to see
opinions.
in the game, it's not that the game's not good. I loved Skyrim.
Right.
I thought it was awesome.
Right.
And I mean, mostly it's just maybe trying to get it to accommodate what I like to see it as far as a play style.
Right.
See, I
it's-
go back. I'm definitely gonna buy it for the Switch just so I can have it on
Right.
the go and
that,
play
that's
it.
another reason why I kind of want to get. I don't have a Switch yet, but I want to get one now just because of that. Yes, I've played Skyrim to death, but just to play it on the go would be awesome.
Oh,
to
yeah.
be on a plane or going, you're at work just waiting for something to happen. It's like, okay, I'll just whoop it out. That's
Yeah.
what she said. And but yeah, but Bethesda. I mean, they're the company that makes Elder Scroll games, but they also make the Fallout games.
Yeah.
But I don't personally. No offense to anybody out there. Fallout's a great game. It is. It's a really good game. I could never really get into it though because I'm not into the whole guns and all that and grenades. I felt like it was a lot more difficult.
I liked Fallout. I liked the Fallout games because where the Elder Scrolls games, the combat feels a little sluggish to me as far as the swords and things like that. I felt like especially the last Fallout game, the combat feels faster paced and feels like you have a little more control over your character and what they're doing as far as combat.
Right.
But there's a lot of overlap in the two. But
Right.
I think it's hard to have a slower paced game whenever you're using guns and grenades and all that.
Well, I think the Fallout games are actually in the same universe as the Skyrim
Is it?
and Elder Scrolls.
No,
Yeah.
Where's all the powers?
Because
How come nobody's using powers in the Fallout games, but all of a sudden
And also, where are all the guns in Skyrim?
yeah. Oh my gosh. Ultimate Elder Scrolls game. Fallout meets Skyrim.
Oh man, you got dwarves with machine guns.
Yeah.
Well, I know in Fallout 4 I found Noonroot, which is only found in Elder
I think
Scrolls.
you're making things up.
I'm
No, it's
gonna
on the ship of the Brotherhood.
Google-
Oh, watch your mouth. Don't say that.
Google it. See if
See
what
if
is
he's
it called?
right.
See if
Noonroot.
Noonroot is a thing that actually exists,
Yeah.
or if it's only in
I think
Skyrim
Jeff's making stuff
or
up.
Fallout or in Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I'm
But
just-
I like Fallout, but again, I liked it, but again, I had a hard time with it because, especially, I was playing New Vegas.
That
and
one's really good.
I ran into the Legion and I took out one of the guys or whatever. And then now, no matter where I freaking go, there's a Legion guy going, "Hey, you!" I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me, dude! Leave me alone! I'm way the f out here."
You should have made a better choice then.
Jeez, I swear, where can a guy? You can't just kill anybody anymore. They gotta blast it through the.
That's the other thing in the Elder Scrolls game. It would be awesome if you could just.
Kill everyone.
Well, if you could just kill the guards, so if you steal something and the guards are like, "Hey, stop him," and like attack you, if you could just go through and take out
Just
all
hack?
the guards, and if you make it all the way through them, there's no more guards, and it would be a
That would
while
actually be
before they
good.
could like replenish them.
Especially if you could. It'd be funny if you could take out like a main character in the game.
Oh, I
if
think you can do that. You can
I
take
don't
out.
think so.
No.
There's certain characters you cannot take them out.
Well,
Now you can get them down to like an inch of their life, but they're still there.
yeah, I was thinking. I mean, because there's characters. Because I've done this before. Is for quests like that you're supposed to do in Elder Scroll in Skyrim. You kill that person, and then all of a sudden you can't do that quest anymore.
Oh yeah. Well, there's certain it's been a while. I haven't touched Skyrim. Oh man, for at least 2 or 3 years. But you can choose. Maybe y'all could help me with this. But there's 2 sides you could pick. It wasn't the Legion.
Stormcloaks?
The Stormcloaks,
you can do the
and then
Stormcloaks
Imperial?
was it Imperials?
I think so.
And I went with the Stormcloaks, but you killed off the main guy as the main Imperial, and then vice versa. You could do vice versa. You could do that.
Yeah.
But as far as like if you took the Stormcloak side, you can't go back and then just kill the leader of the Stormcloaks.
See,
It
but you
doesn't
should
work.
be able to do
Well,
that.
you should, and if it was real
So
life,
you could become the leader of the Stormcloaks.
See, that would be awesome.
I know. I just recently learned you could kill the when you do the Dark Brotherhood quests.
Yeah.
When she first kidnaps you,
Yeah.
you can kill her, and then you start a quest of destroying the Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah, Fallout was cool. I haven't played Fallout 4 though. I heard a lot of good things with Fallout 4, but also drawbacks. Like the good thing was you can get the Fallout armor right away. I forget what it's called. What's that Fallout armor called? The main gear you can get. It's on the cover. But
Power armor.
Is it power armor? Yeah, power armor. You can get that right away. But I haven't touched that game yet. So, and again, I mean, I know I'll like it. It's just it's a learning curve for me because I don't know. I feel like guns complicate things.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier for me to kill them, but it's a vice versa thing. It's easier than because I'll be walking all of a sudden, hey, I'm
Yeah.
like, what is? You're like 500 meters away. How are
You know what
doing
I'd
this?
like to see? The people that made The Last of Us
Oh,
make
yeah.
an open world like that.
That would be cool.
That would be nuts.
For The Last of Us, that game was insane.
Yeah. And Uncharted, the same company that did Uncharted and Jack and Dexter.
Isn't it Naughty Dog?
Yeah, Naughty Dog. Yeah, they make good games. They
Last
didn't
of
do
Us
so.
2 is supposed to be coming out sometime soon.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that one. I played the living daylights out of Last of Us, the first one.
Yeah.
And I like Jack and Dexter a lot. I was a big fan of that. I wasn't a fan of the second or third one because that was just stupid. They added guns and stuff, and I was like, and don't get me wrong, I don't mind guns in a game, but
No, don't. You're
it's
anti-gun. That's okay.
No,
It's
I'm not.
okay.
I would have liked to see them do an back to Elder Scroll on the Vita. You know, like if I could have gotten the same game for the Vita and just played it on that.
Yeah,
That would've been
I
awesome.
don't know how you'd be able to do that though.
What do you mean you don't know how you're gonna do it? What do you mean?
How can you fit all that data? Like, how does the Vita? It's a little disc, isn't it, or no?
No, it's not a disc. It's a little flash drive. Like
Oh, is it?
yeah, just like your Switch.
Oh, the
you know?
PSP was the disc.
Right, the PSP was a disc, the
Yeah.
UMD,
Yeah,
which is a good idea, but you know
it's a terrible idea for
What
a
do you mean?
handheld.
why?
You got a disc like walk like in your thing, so it when you're moving, shaking it.
But it had that electronic shock protection, bro. So like 40 seconds, 45 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. No, there's no issue whenever because it's all the disc is doing is preloading. Before you go to an area or whatever game you're playing, it just preloads, and I mean it's. And how often are you going to be walking and playing at the same time? That's like walking with your cell phone and texting. Like
do
you're
that
gonna
all
walk
the
into
time.
you're gonna walk
People
into
do
a
that all the
fountain.
time.
I know.
I do it all the time. I just like run.
When I
people
see
over
people
and
fall
just
into
keep
fountains
walking.
or hit walls, I laugh. I'm like, wow, you're a retard. Put that down.
I haven't fallen into a fountain.
Well,
yet.
it'll happen, and I'll laugh. I'll come out of nowhere and go, ha.
fast travel.
Right. But the PS Vita, it's a little, essentially it's like the same size of like a memory stick. You know, the only downside to the Vita was that you had to buy external memory, and they have like a monopoly on the memory cards you could use, and it's
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous.
You have to use Sony memory cards.
No, really, nobody else makes those types of memory cards. And
Is it the weird like duo?
no,
memory
it's something
cards or
different.
whatever?
But like if you can go on Amazon or any of those sites, and even for like say they have the biggest one they have is a 60 gig, it's like $100. And it's like, holy cow. Or even a 32 gig. 32 gig's $60.
They maybe more in Japan. They sold more and
Right. And what's cool about it is you can download games onto it. So you can play like old PlayStation games and PlayStation 2 games on there. So I have Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 on there and,
yeah.
and Final Fantasy 7.
Didn't they turn it into a controller also, which we were
Yeah.
talking about Nintendo should have done with the 3DS.
Right. So like what Nintendo had going on with the 3DS for one game, essentially the PS Vita is a $200 remote control for your PS4 or PS3. You can play.
Really?
You can play either one, and as long as you have a really good internet, and you're across the country and you're in a hotel room, as long as that internet as well is really really good, you can literally play your PlayStation 4 from across the world, using the internet.
Do you
Oh,
see
that's
it?
cool.
Will you see it on your Vita screen?
Yeah, you see it on your Vita screen,
Oh.
like you see
well,
on
then
your
you
TV.
can play Skyrim on your Vita.
Yeah, but it's not. But here's the thing,
It's
though.
not the same.
If the internet drops out, now you're done playing, and you can't get it back. I'd rather be able to load it on there and play
Well,
it.
whose fault is that for getting cheap internet?
It's not my fault. It's the hotel, But it's funny that PlayStation is on point as far as like being able to have another controller for a little handheld console.
Yeah.
Rather than Nintendo didn't really do that.
Yeah, but it's interesting because PlayStation didn't sell a ton of Vitas, and on the flip side, when we were talking about for Nintendo having the 3DS as the controller, that would have been more for the Wii U, and Nintendo didn't sell a lot of Wii U, so they probably used Smash Brothers as a test And they were like, yeah, we can do this, but we're gonna come out with the Switch soon, so why even bother?
The Switch is amazing. You should get one.
Well, I mean, so let's talk about what we've been playing. What have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing quite a few different games today. I've been playing...
just today?
Yeah, just today.
Alone
In
the
by
dark
myself. Dang it. Mario Odyssey, which
how's
just
that?
came out. It's awesome.
Is it?
If you've ever played Mario N64,
Yeah.
it's just like that, but less...
If you've ever played Skyrim, it's like Skyrim, but Mario.
But Mario.
No.
Put Mario in its place. He's hacking and slashing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's less frustrating. It's really fun. It keeps your attention the entire time.
Yeah. I've already seen a couple. It came out, earlier this week or last week?
Came out Friday.
Was
so
it Friday?
Just a couple days ago.
I've already seen people posting that they've beaten it already. Go get a job. Just
go outside. For a little
go
bit.
outside.
I mean,
Something.
It's a weekend, so people will sit there and play it. But
Right. I love games too, but man, there's great weather outside usually. You take a break. Your body needs it.
Yeah, that's one thing for Florida. Florida's had amazing weather this weekend. So
Yeah. Sorry for our brothers and sisters up north though. With the snow and then the rain's coming.
Yeah, but I bought Super Mario Odyssey for my fiance's birthday, so it's a half gift for her, half gift for me.
Charlie's going off the market.
I haven't played it yet. Like, we were out of town all weekend, so we haven't had a chance to play it. What else have you been playing?
I picked up, picked it up again and started playing is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh yeah,
I've been meaning to get that game.
What I love about it, it's one of those games you can pick up anytime and replay it. It's very replayable.
Well, yeah, because it's in a regular disc tray. You can just pick it up anywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
And
it's
look
light.
at it. It's light.
Everybody can pick it up. It's light.
Yeah.
I started playing that.
You guys are jerks.
It was probably a bad idea to play it after playing Breath of the Wild, because one of the hard things is Zelda Breath of the Wild, Link can climb anything. He can climb.
Oh, ha.
Yeah, he can climb anything as long as your status wheel doesn't run out. And in this one, you can only climb certain areas. There's only certain things that you can climb. So
So what were you playing? You didn't answer that.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, okay.
I started playing a little bit of that, and it's a little frustrating because you see areas that you think, yeah, my character should totally be able to climb that no problem, and she can't. She just
there's certain paths you have to take.
I
kind of took the Skyrim cheat of it though, and running and then jumping until she starts making her way up.
And that's what they could add to Elder Scrolls. Like, you can climb rocks and trees and stuff in the environment. That would be cool.
Oh yeah, that would
rather
be
than
awesome.
just struggling to get up a mountainside. You're like, come on, man, and just like angling it a certain way.
I think they really want you to use the path, but nobody's got time for that.
No, we got to cut across. That'll take days.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't take days, you're just like, I can do that.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm just gonna fast travel.
Yeah. Well, it makes it easier to sneak up on people too when you're not on the path.
That's true. Nobody's ever looking in the trees.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing. I think Horizon Zero Dawn is fun, but yeah, there's just some things in there because maybe it's because I played Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that it falls off a little bit because of that, but it's still, the story is pretty cool. The weapons in it are pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Getting the bow where you can shoot the traps on the ground, the tripwires on the ground and stuff is awesome.
Mm. Yeah, I need to get that game. I always get a gut feeling about good games, and that was one of them. I was like looking, I was like, that looks like a really good game. Because another thing is they never really pushed the advertising. They never really pushed it too much. Yeah. Which is a good sign, because if they start pushing it really hard, that's a bad sign. Yeah, you're like, if they're showing all the cool stuff, you're like, it's like a movie. They show all the cool and funny scenes, and you're like, I don't think that's gonna be any good. I'll wait till it's on Blu-ray, or on Netflix.
Yeah.
So, but I really want to play that game. It kind of like watching some of the screenshots reminded me of Skyrim and also a little bit of Last of Us kind of stuff, But I just wish I would have been cool with that game. Is I don't know if with that game, if you could pick a male or female character, like customized character, or is it just a set character?
It's just,
just
you're
a
just
set
playing
character.
a set character.
Say I like the customization thing,
But you
know,
can-
I like the story.
You
but
can
I like
customize.
stories.
You can customize her
Looks.
appearance a little
Yeah.
bit, and you can get different outfits and like face paints and stuff like that for her.
Right, Facebook and
Facebook. Yeah, you can update your Facebook status in there. It's really interesting
Yeah.
how
Take
Facebook
down a
made it
T-Rex,
into
a
that.
mechanical T-Rex, and update your Facebook status.
Selfie, Instagram.
Yeah.
That mechanical T-Rex is no joke.
Yeah.
Run and scream.
Oh, yeah.
And trip it. Hopefully,
It's kind of like whenever you get near like one of the giants or like a mammoth that you piss off in Skyrim, and you're like, oh junk. Especially when you're not powerful yet. You're
Right.
just like, oh man.
You try and run as fast as you can away
And I loved
from
it when I would mess with the giants and they would just like swoop down and hit me, and then I'd go flying 100,000 feet in the air.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm still falling, and it's like you died, and my body's still falling.
Yeah.
You know.
What have you been playing?
So I've been playing Mega Man Battle Network 2.
Oh, nice.
I found it in a retro games shop. I got it for $24, and I had it years ago, and then I got rid of it. That's one thing I wish I could go back in time and keep all the games and consoles that I had, because
No, well, maybe not all of them, but there are definitely some highlights that I wish I still had.
right, like again, also what I'm doing now is trying to get back the collection I had for PS2,
Yeah.
like the Onimusha games. It's hard to find the first Onimusha Warlords. I love that game. I'm trying to find it now.
It's Resident Evil, but as a samurai.
Yeah, essentially. No, again, guns and swords. I like the swords better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing Battle Network 2 and playing. It's a lot of fun. It's a different type of strategy game.
Yeah,
It's a
that
different
game's-
type of Mega Man game.
That game's awesome. That was one of my favorite Mega Man games. It's probably
Yeah.
like my third favorite Mega Man game after Mega Man Legends
and
Mega Man Legends 2.
And if you look at, you can tell what games are good and what are bad just based off their price point.
Yeah.
If you look at the Mega Man Battle Network games, there's like 6 of them in that series. After the second one, the third one, fourth, fifth, and sixth, they started doing like 2 different ones. Kind of like they were mimicking Pokemon. They were fighting that Pokemon. They're trying to get that Pokemon fan base.
Yeah.
Because they were doing like white and blue and all this
Yeah.
garbage.
Those games kind of borrowed a lot from Pokemon and
Right.
the interface thing of walking around in the internet world and then
Right.
running into viruses.
Random
Random viruses that you have to fight off.
But it could also be really irritating because you can get in a situation like you have your own folder of chips that you get, but depending on the luck of your draw or the good chips you have, you may not get the ones you want.
Right,
And
yeah.
so you're facing an enemy, you're like, oh, junk. What's going on? I'm not going to get this one. And you just kind of try, hope, and dodge it until you get the chips you need.
Yeah.
But,
But it was cool though because you could stack some chips and do power moves. That
Right.
If you knew how to stack the chips right.
Right, exactly. So, but that's what I've been playing. I like it a lot. I think I never played the first one, so I might go buy the first one also.
Yeah.
And that's another like about the same price point as the second one. So that
Was
that
it
kinda-
the second one that you could do the chip modding to your guy?
No, the
make it-
second one.
Or was that the third one?
It was the third or fourth. Yeah, I think it was the third one. They added that weird modding you could do so that you changed Mega Man's like motherboard around or whatever,
okay.
and so you added chips to him and stuff to make him more powerful.
Yeah, and if
But-
you did it wrong, he would do something really weird.
Yeah,
like
you could-
he'd
he would-
always move forward in battle.
Right, he would get real buggy if you did something wrong, and sometimes you could use that to your advantage, so that you had a more powerful Mega Man. But he would have some weird bug where he's always going up, and so you would press down and he'd go down, but then he'd move
Go
back
back
up
up.
right away. And so it was so annoying, and for a game that you would think, adults play it, but it's also geared towards kids.
Oh, please.
It's a little too complicated for a kid to play. I remember Jeff had that one when we were kids, and he played it for a little bit, and he's got this glitchy Mega Man, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. And I tried it, and I was like, I don't know. This one sucks. Mega Man 2 is the awesome one.
Right. But I want to get the first one to see what that one was like. So I'm going to start that collection, and just go through them. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. And again, I've still been focusing on I just got a PS2 and I'm refurbishing that, and I got a original PlayStation, and I'm refurbishing that. So yeah, I'm busy doing those kind of things, getting those going and getting a little collection. And the fun thing about being an adult is you can buy all those games and stuff you could never have as a kid. I remember
I'm an adult.
Right, yeah, growing up, asking mom, "Oh, mom, we got a PS2. Can you get us?" "Oh, sure." And she got us a flight simulator game.
Yeah.
I was like, "What is this?" And she said, "Oh, it's."
The guy at this video game store said it's the most advanced game they've got.
Yeah, it's got the best graphics, and we're like, "Oh."
The guy at the video game store effed us.
Right.
Wasn't there a food one that she got?
Yeah, there's Bible Buffet for the N60 or
No, it was the
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
That
Yeah.
was horrible.
And then that, we need to talk more about that in the next episodes or something. Old games we used to have that. We'll have an episode dedicated to parents of all across the world that try their best but fail at video game purchasing.
Terrible games my parents bought me.
And as their kids, you want to they're so proud, and you just want them to make them feel good. So you're like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah.
Play it for a little bit.
Right. But yeah, I can't wait for more episodes, and hopefully, again, follow me on Instagram, and I'll keep finding cool games that I used to have, And if you have any recommendations of games that we should play, or even retro games that we should try to find and play, let us know. Write down in comments below and hit us up, because we're down to find, as long as it's within our price range. I'm not paying $700 for a game,
Right? Yeah.
But if it's like $20, $30, okay, yeah, I'll go get it. And play it.
Sometimes they have good remakes of those games too, if they were like really popular. And
I've
stuff.
been really tempted, just because we touched on it last episode, is buying Monster Rancher just for you guys to see.
just to relive how terrible it was.
Like film a little bit of it.
Well,
just
you
to
two
show.
can play it. I'm not gonna play it.
It's so bitter. You'll play it again when I get it out here.
Yeah. For me, I've been playing Dragon Warrior Monster, and I forgot how complicated that game is. That game
Is that for the SP or
it was Game Boy Color, but it would play on a Game Boy Color or a Game Boy. And
I hear that your fiance is actually stealing that game though.
I got her a copy of it because we didn't realize this, but both of us loved that game growing up. And when I got it in the mail and I was telling her how excited I was about it, she goes, "What? I love that game too." And I was like, "What? You played this game? I didn't know anybody else who played this game."
Forget an engagement ring. Give me this game.
Yeah. So I rushed out and got her a copy. So
Nice.
so we have a little frenemy thing going on where we're
Now, does she have her own console, or do you have a console?
No, I'm the only one. I bought a Game Boy Advance SP, and so we're trading off the SP.
Well, you see that I modded my Game Boy Advance, so you ought to get a Game Boy Advance, and I'll mod it for you. Just buy the parts. I'll put it together. So
Yeah, only $150.
Yeah, that game's awesome though. It's a lot more complicated than I remember it, because you can choose your monster's individual moves, or you can give him commands, being like, "Okay, I need you to charge in, or I need you to be a little mixed, or I need you to be cautious," and then the monster will choose what moves it does, or you can just tell it to fight, and it'll just randomly decide to do something.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Final Fantasy or whatever. Or what game is it?
It's a lot like the Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest series. You could do a lot of that same stuff.
Right. You can control their moves or not.
Yeah. The other thing I've been playing on my phone is the Stranger Things 8-bit game.
Oh, I didn't know there was a game.
It's for free on the App Store, and for the most part, it's pretty cool. The controls aren't the best for a phone. It would be awesome if they could make an old cartridge and
that'd be
put
awesome.
it on the NES or put it on the Super NES, so you could have a controller.
Hey, you want to make money? Put it in a cartridge.
Make an old cartridge.
Yeah.
That's a thing too. People are still, even on Kickstarter, they kickstart games for the Sega Genesis and for
Right,
the Nintendo that they want to make, and then people are still making games for these old consoles.
Right. Well, you can still it's cheap and affordable to do, and it doesn't. I mean, with all the technology we have right now, why not?
It would be awesome to see a this Stranger Things game be put on an old console so you can play
Game Boy or
Atari.
Yeah.
or even Atari. That'd be awesome. I still have my Atari.
Yeah.
Cleaned it up.
But it's pretty fun. It's like a goofy game when I'm sitting there waiting and like I get a chance to play it. So I just kind of run through a little area. They've got different dungeons and things, and
Nice.
you collect all the Stranger Things characters. So you have Hopper and Mike and all them, and they each have their own special powers.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah. What, the first one
You're
or second
ridiculous.
I know.
Watch it.
Which one?
Any of it.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, they're on season 2 right now.
So this show, we're looking for a third host. So we just let go.
Somebody that talks a little bit more. Somebody who watches Stranger Things.
Right. No, I'm on Megan and I are on episode 3 of Stranger Things
Season 2.
Season 2. I like it so far. I like it a lot. I love the first one.
Yeah. Season 1 was awesome. Season 2,
Great.
we're on episode 3 right now.
Okay.
Or on episode 4 now, but
See, I'm trying to be good. We're trying to be good and not binge watch it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that leaves a lot of emptiness. Once you finish it, you're like, oh.
That was the hard thing for us. We started it and then we finished episode 1 and we're going,
One more.
okay, one more.
One more.
And then we finished episode 2 and we're going, okay, one more.
Part of me kind of wishes that Netflix, and this could be a different topic, but Netflix would, when they release a show, honestly just go week by week, release an episode. That would be awesome.
I'm okay. I'm okay with the binge watch mentality.
You
way-
are what's wrong with the world.
That way, if I have time,
How are
to
we
get
ever
to it, I
going to
can
fight
get to it.
obesity if we're letting people binge watch this stuff? Or that, or wait till the end of the season, then binge watch. It's like you're not finding a solution.
Yes.
You're just waiting longer.
Whatever.
Nice.
All right.
I did watch Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty's awesome.
It is a funny. I've only seen one episode.
You need to get on that.
Well, I don't have cable.
It's
I'm just
on
an
Hulu.
internet guy.
It's on Hulu.
I don't have Hulu.
Oh,
I refuse to play. I'm not paying for Hulu.
yeah.
Because I remember when it was free, and then all of a sudden they paid for it, and I paid for it, and they still gave me commercials. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna punch y'all in the nuggets. I'm paying $8, and you have the audacity to give me commercials.
Punch you in the nuggets.
Yeah. Read the flock. You see the flock? Yeah.
That's funny.
We'll see. Yeah.
Well, let us know in the comments below what you liked. You can find me at Charles_in_Beck on Twitter. You can email us at earthgiants@gmail.com.
And you can, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's up243. If you want to see any of the video games and retro stuff that I buy, you can go on there. What else?
If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's darkages57. And
He does the same thing. We just put video games and goofy pictures.
yeah.
You can like, dislike, report, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Right now I'm like nerd clashing.
Yeah.
For honor.
Well, this has been Up, Down, Left, Right. We'll see you next time.
Oh, that was nice how we got that.
can adjust the volume on those.
Wait.
Adjust the volume. You go down.
I've
or
never
up.
used these. These are ridiculous.